Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here today and talk to you about abundance and what that means. I feel that this word abundance is thrown all over the internet and it kind of sounds cliche at this point, even to me, like, damn, like sometimes this word just sounds cliche. But I encountered abundance and the lack mindset, and I've been uncovering this topic a lot for myself in the last month. So that's why I wanted to share about this because the lack mindset is so real. Like, that's what I grew up with in my family upbringing. We didn't have financial wellness, or how do you even call it? Like, of course, rich is a different word, but rich doesn't even it's not even the term that I'm looking for. It's like we didn't have the financial stability, the financial well-being when I was growing up. My parents were always in a mental chaos around finances. And I remember putting this into ChatGPT and it told me that my parents had chronic financial dysregulation. And I'm like, that is literally perfect. It's three words that are just describing the whole situation, and it sounds so medical, but it's like, that's it, chronically financially, or chronic financial dysregulation. That was my upbringing. And even when I was in my young adult life, like my early 20s, I didn't really have any good financial habits for myself, even though I was reading a lot of financial books. But I never really emotionally got it. Like my mind understood that I should be making money, saving, and investing, but my body and emotional body wasn't caught up to it. And I feel that a lot of you can understand what I'm saying because, you read all these things, right? But then your body, your emotional body doesn't fully get it because your nervous system hasn't fully been trained, hasn't fully familiarized with whatever it is that you're learning mentally. So anyways, I saw the greatest example of how the lack and abundant mindset actually started to operate in me when I came here. 2 years ago, when I came to Vietnam, I was in debt. And at that time, I myself was chronically financially dysregulated. I was operating my business from this place of lack. Like, I needed to make money in order to pay off the debt, or, I needed to hustle really hard and grind. And honestly, I was so stressed out. Anyways, that plan didn't work out because I was just so stressed out. So I went back to Canada. I was working for 2 years and pretty much saved a bunch of money and came back to Vietnam again. So this is my second time back here. And the difference between this time and last time is that this time I have a lot of savings. I have savings that can last me for 3 years living here if I don't work at all. Like, literally, if I'm just living off my savings every month, I can live for 3 years straight. And 3 years is a lot of time to figure out your next plan. But here I was, still super stressed out. My bank account changed. The numbers increased, but I didn't. I was still thinking, and my body was still operating as if it was in debt, as if I was still living with my parents from years ago and seeing that they were chronically financially dysregulated. I would wake up feeling this, what I called it motivation when I was younger, but it's actually this stress cortisol thing that would push me to work. And when I was younger, I thought that was my life force energy. I thought, oh, well, I'm so motivated. I'm more motivated than anyone I know. It gives me this boost of energy and motivation. And now I realize that was actually stress, that was actually stress. And when I wake up now with that feeling, I think to myself, oh my God, this is stress. This is not operating from abundance. This is not operating from safety. This is not operating from an updated knowing that I am not in debt anymore. I'm still operating as if I am in debt. And I think the thing that I notice is that I think when you operate from lack and from stress, it makes everything worse. Like it seems as if even your brightest and most creative ideas cannot fully function in a healthy way or being birthed into the world in a healthy way if all you think about is survival and trying to get like, it's just survival. Like there's something about you looking and trying to survive makes it so hard for anything creative to thrive. And I don't know, there may be people that argue against that, like, hey, I was able to make it work. But I just don't think that I want to operate from that place, at least not with the coaching container, even for myself, the coaching business that I want to build, right? Like I want to embody the peace that I provide for my clients. Like it doesn't make sense if my clients walk away from a session feeling happy and peaceful and I walk away feeling absolutely stressed out. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not even coming from this thing of like I need to be perfect, but it's like I need integrity. I need to take care of myself. So anyways, moving on to abundance. I wanted to talk to you about abundance because yeah, this word is cliche, but it's not. And I'm really feeling this word more and more now. And I'm planting this energy in my life more and more because I realize that abundance, what it's actually about is gratitude. Like people think, oh, abundance means that once I have enough money, once I have what it is that I want, then I am considered abundance. I don't see abundance that way anymore. I used to see it that way, but now I see abundance is gratitude. It's having gratitude for anything in your life, including the things that are considered not so great to other people, or the things that people would consider, oh, that's horrible, that happened to you, kind of thing. Abundance is, I think, an attitude. It's a way of living. It's living with so much gratitude for life. And I came upon this realization because I was lying in bed one day and I said to myself, I want to be grateful for all of the things that life has gifted me in the past. And I wanted to be grateful for all of the things that life has gifted me in my present moment. And I also want to be grateful for everything that life is going to gift me in the future. Because I started to realize that every season of my life has gifted me something so wonderful, even if at the time I didn't know it. But years later, like it takes about 10 years, I think. 10 years later, I'll look back and I'm like, wow, this difficult situation, that was a blessing. Or even, wow, my family was happy, not happy. They were happy in different ways, but they were safe, right? Like their safety was there for so many years physically. And when I connect with God, life, universe, the Lord, I just thank, instead of getting fearful about their safety now or in the future, I thank that my family's safety has been there for so many years that I grew up. And I thank for all of the things that I was paid for, the food that was on my table, the roof that was over my head, the school tuition that I didn't have to pay because I was living in Canada, the health care that was provided to me because I didn't have to pay that because I was Canadian. And there were just so many things that I started thanking the universe for from the past that my past self completely neglected, completely didn't even think about, completely maybe overlooked, right? It was just kind of like, oh, well, this is a should, like this is a given, but now I'm consciously and intentionally thanking all of that because I realize this is abundance. Abundance isn't about me hustling harder so that I can go out there and make more money and have more status and have more friends and have more validation, because that sounds like literally me enslaving myself to my desire. But when I think about abundance now, I think gratitude. I'm like, gratitude is literally the straight portal pathway to get to abundance. It's like whenever you forget about how amazing your life truly is, think about gratitude. It's like, wow, what do you have to be grateful for today? And sometimes for me, like, being grateful for the most simple things. And I know this sounds so cliche, right? But I feel like when it clicks, it clicks. When it clicks, it clicks. Like, the first thing that I'm always thankful for is my family's safety. Why? Because I got into a car accident 9 months ago, and I never want any of my family to experience that. So I always thank the Lord every day, like, thank you so much that my family is safe today and all of the years in the past. And I pray for their safety. And to me, that's abundance. And then I thank all of the clients I've ever worked with in my business. I thank all of the opportunities of work and creativity, all of the different projects that didn't even turn out successful from my past self perspective. Like, oh, that didn't turn out well. But I thank all of them because I'm like, I'm going to thank everything. I'm going to thank everything from the past, present, to the future, because it gives me this holistic timeline of like, wow, I can absolutely thank everything. I can thank everything for even the things that are invisible, the things that aren't even here yet. Things that I can be thankful for in the present are so, like, when I start to think about things I can be grateful for in the present moment, they start to pop up even more. It's like, oh, right, like, I'm living my dream life right now. You know, a part of me is stressed, but a part of me knows this is the greatest opportunity of my life. Or, you know, I've never been in a financial situation as great as where I am now. Like, that is something to be grateful for. Or the house that I live in, or, you know, just everything. Like, I just find everything to be grateful for in the present moment. And then when I think about the future, I think, wow, so many things I can start to feel already when I just close my eyes and I think about, I'm thanking all the things that are coming in the future, because then I start to see, oh, there's a period of time when this abundance comes in, this luck comes in, this beautiful thing comes in. They don't all come at once. There's no fairy tale ending. There's no final destination. I think in the past, I looked for final destination, and maybe you look for final destination. I think when we go through something really difficult, we tend to look for the magic pill. We tend to look for that final transformation. We tend to look for that final thing that changes everything, and like that happy and forever, what the hell is it? Happy ending ever after. Oh my God. My English is like I don't even know, guys. Ever since I got here, my English has just gotten chaotic. You know what I mean though. So when I think about the future, no, the final destination, there is no final destination. Because if, you know, before I was chasing success as if there was this final destination. Like, just making sure. Like, I keep thinking to myself, there's a moment where success feels whole and complete, and I have everything I ever wanted, and that is the end, and that is my happy forever after. I think that was the word I was looking for. But I realized that mindset makes everything so toxic in my life. Like, if I keep chasing for that final destination, number one, it never comes, because life is constantly evolving. Nothing in life is ever perfect. Like, that's what I came to realize, I think yesterday, standing on my balcony. I'm like, oh my God, like, life will never be perfect. It's my perfectionistic part that says life should be perfect. You know, success, there's a final destination to success, and that's a perfect picture, right? But then I'm like, actually, nothing is ever perfect. Everything is always, you know, it's like you gotta dance with life. There are pieces that are beautiful and pieces that aren't so beautiful, and they're hard and they're difficult, and it's like the weather, you know? And it's just like, I'm like shifting and changing, and I'm like, this is life, you know? And yeah, I shifted from thinking that success is this final destination that I reach, because I think that puts you into this perpetual achievement mode. Like, you'll never get there, and you're always not enough where you are. It makes you feel, when you have this final destination successful image of yourself, it makes you feel like where you are is not enough. It makes you feel like there's a long path you need to go. It makes you feel like, honestly, there's just never enough. There is no single chapter of your life that is gonna be that successful final destination, you know? And so I think having that final destination mindset makes life so not worth living, because you're constantly chasing. You're like, oh, you look at life in a very linear way. You're like, what's that next thing? What's that next thing? You're just looking straight ahead. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? How can I get to my final destination of success, of whatever, you know, happy ever after, right? And it never gets there. It never gets there. I haven't seen it for anyone. I feel that they're always navigating different challenges, even when they have what we would consider a successful business, a successful life. They are still navigating the challenges that come up. And I think this is being human. So I started to shift. Like, okay, if there is no final success destination, and if there is no linear straight thinking line, then what is abundance? What is success? How do I live my life? And I said, you know what? I think the most beautiful way that I can live my life is every day is my successful destination. Every day is a beautiful outcome in and of itself. And every day there's so much to be grateful for. There's so much abundance that's already here. I don't have to wait until I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube for me to feel happy making YouTube videos. I can make YouTube videos today when I have 200 something followers and be so happy because I'm not chasing something from the final destination. I'm just happy doing what I'm doing, sitting under the blue sky, looking at the clouds and the birds and feeling this vastness of, you know, like there's just so many things to be grateful for. And I feel that in my bone. I'm like, I can be happy here. I can be happy here. And here is every moment. And I don't ever have to go and chase anything else. And this is same for you. You know, I speak for myself, but I'm sharing this because I want to contemplate about this with you. You know, I'm not telling you how to live your life or what is right or what is wrong. I hope that you come to my channel and you watch my videos. We think together. We think together, and if you disagree with me, I'm so open to hearing your perspective. And even if I disagree with you, that's okay. We don't need to always agree with each other. But I just love this idea that like I'm here and I'm forever here. And if I can find that gratitude for everything in my life, from the past, the present, and the future all at once here, it's like this beautiful circle that I see. Just here, I feel so centered. It's like I don't have to chase. I don't have to struggle. I don't have to achieve. I don't have to constantly like lose myself in the present moment. I don't have to do that anymore. And I remember there was a Buddhist teaching, and this comes from the Zen Thich Nhat Hanh master, Zen Buddhist monk. And in, I think it was chapter 40 or 41, anywhere between 40 to 40 of this, 44 of this book, I will find it for you guys. But it talks about this concept of there is no arrival. You are arriving here. There is no final destination. Everything is here. It's like there's no need to walk. Everything is here. I remember I read that chapter about probably 6 months ago now. I was still living in Calgary. I was doing a micro mushroom psychedelic session with myself at home. And I remember reading that chapter, and I thought to myself at that time, I'm like, oh my God, everything I ever want is here. Everything I ever want is here. It's in energy forms. It's in the invisible form. But it's not about whether it's here or not. It's about, do I have the strength and the capability to see that, to nurture those energy, to nurture what it is that I want to create in my life. You know, for so long, like my dream was to have a big community online, but my fears were in the way and I couldn't nurture those dreams because I had to deal with a lot of the internal fears that I had. So when that message came to me on that day, I thought to myself, my community is already here. When I make a video, everyone is here. They're listening. But do I feel that connection with them? Do I feel that engagement? Do I feel that like depth of connection, from my bone, from my body? Because if I don't feel the connection, because my brain goes, maybe no one's watching, maybe I suck, maybe I have to be like super successful for people to really value and get what I'm saying. If my mind goes to that linear, successful, final destination mindset, I would completely just like race somewhere else and not even choosing to be here. So that chapter brought me back to the present moment. If everything that I ever want is already here, how do I handle it? What is my current capacity and strength to nurture all that I want, all the dreams that I want, everything that I want? I made a video during this time on my YouTube channel, and it's called Everything You Want Is Already Here, Talking to Your Dream Like It's a Real Person. You can find it on my channel. I can link it as well if I remember, oh gosh. But yeah, that marks that practice for me. But now it goes even deeper. It's like, wow, I can find so many things to be grateful for in the past, in the present, and in the future. And when I tune into that gratitude, I'm like, so many people have supported me in my life. And when I say this, I want you to think about all the people that supported you. Who are all of the people that have supported you in the little moments, in the moments where you're just like walking on the street and maybe you needed $1, like something so small is what I'm saying. Or maybe just a stranger smiling to you, or a stranger giving you a hug at an event, or you receive this blessing that you dreamed for a long time, or you finally got to a place where you're like, oh my God, I actually feel different now, or you met a new friend, like from big to small, from a breakthrough to just a mini one, just all of them, like who and what are the moments that you can be so grateful for? Because that, my friend, is true abundance, and I believe that. And I feel that if me and you, if we can both be in this mindset together of just being so grateful for everything that life has to give to us, not has to give, but life is already giving and has given and is going to give, we're gonna feel so full. We're gonna feel so alive and thankful no matter what. And so if you're watching this video and you feel inspired, please inspire me back. Let me know in the comments, what is one thing you are thankful for from the past, one thing you're thankful for from the present moment, and one thing you are thankful for that is on its way to you. You can either put them in like paragraphs, sentences, or even just one emoji, whatever that you feel, I want to hear from you. I want to connect with you. My goal and my dream and my intention for this channel is that we become a really tight-knit community, and that is why I am here. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.